in Iran, the funeral's massive. 9 to 10 million people so far. Someone told me, the last guest was telling me the temperature is 36 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that means, 36 Fahrenheit for our American audience.
That's about 94 degrees.
Sorry, that's 36 degrees, yeah.
Celsius.
Sorry. Celsius, yeah. In Fahrenheit is, 97 degrees Fahrenheit, 96.8. So despite the heat, a lot of people were in the streets, and just something I've observed that should be just a wake-up call for the US, but I don't think it will be. Two things. Number one is the amount of people yelling death to Israel, death to America, the amount of people angry for obvious reasons, and just people on TV being interviewed. I saw 2 clips of someone being interviewed saying we're going to avenge the death of our supreme leader. So my worry is that hatred, that anger that has just been created among millions of people, no one knows where it will lead to years from now. So that was like a thought that I've been having today. And also I want to get your thoughts on Trump's comment. There's not much to say, but he's saying that the turnout, initially he said he was surprised by the turnout, and I think he said people were crying, and he's surprised there's so many people that love him, something along those lines. That's what he said in the morning. And then later, a couple of hours ago, he said he called the turnout very impressive, and says it almost compares to the crowds of his campaign rallies, but not quite. So he's just, I don't know whether he's saying that just to talk shit, or whether he's genuinely surprised by the amount of people on the streets, which will be concerning if the president of the United States did not know that millions of people would turn out. Maybe he was living in his own bubble.
Oh, gee, that'd be shocking if that was happening.
No, I still find it a struggle to believe the president of the United States is living in a bubble. I understand this. I know a lot of people have said this. It's only certain people that have his ear, but it's just hard to imagine that the person leading the world's most powerful country, with all the intelligence agencies, etc., that he has access to.
He doesn't get the time every day to sit down in front of the computer and just surf. Surf through YouTube, surf through X, and go where, hey, that interests me. What about that? The information is presented to him. Here, Mr. President, you need to see this. Here, you need to read this. This is what you need to pay attention to.
Yeah.
So it's easy to be the boy in the bubble, or the Don in the bubble in this case.
Yeah.
That he's not getting unfettered, unvarnished information, and then on top of it, you've got so many sycophants around. They understand that there's not a lot. There's not an upside if you're giving Trump bad news. So give him the good news.
And there's this. Look at this. This is Trump watching himself on Fox News. Have you seen that clip?
Yeah. Trump watching himself. No, I haven't.
Yeah, so he's look what he's watching. Can you see the screen?
Yeah, now he's applauding.
Yeah, exactly. He's watching Fox News, that is filming him watching Fox News. That was today as well. The reason I played it now is that it just shows you where he's getting his information. This video is a reminder to me that what a lot of people have said, how I was told by some people, and again, this I think it's public information as well, but I was told how for people to get to Trump, they literally buy ad space or try to get on Fox News at a certain time they know Trump is watching. So I'm sure there's a concerted effort to control what gets in there.
I remember the first time I went on television. It was I was asked by CNN in August of 1994 to go on air to talk about the capture of Carlos the Jackal. And that was exciting. Particularly because my mom would get to see it. But, after you do it for a while, it's like, okay, so you're on television. No big deal. Most people won't remember you anyway. Or they'll look at you like, are you that pedophile they're looking for in the post office? With the picture on. So, you learn to put it all in perspective. You know, if you're obsessed with being on television, oh, I've got to be on the internet. It's like, please, just relax. Trump evinces, and that's for somebody who's not insecure. You know, I'm not known for being insecure. Trump is. So he's got to be told he's wonderful, he's great. Hey, that was superb. Look how good you look. And to sit there and watching yourself, a little strange.
That's an epic clip, though. But it is a reminder that at the end of the day, he is human. And maybe there is that bubble around it that a lot of people have told me about, by the way. It's not, it's not a secret. A lot of people are concerned about it. A lot of people talk about it. They're worried on who has Trump's ear. I'm just struggling to believe that it's really that easy to influence the president of the United States. All these 3 and 4 letter three-letter agencies exist for a reason, to make sure the commander-in-chief has and his administration have all the information they need to make the right decision.
In theory,
In theory.
yes. But in practice, no.